if you are neurodivergent, well, if you are autistic, it's not necessarily that you have a bad memory, although it's common, I think. Yeah. No? Whatever. We certainly, autistic people can have problems with their memory or their cognition, depending on the... Well, now, autistic people say, and people say, yeah, that it's not exactly a spectrum now. It gets confusing, guys. Can you decide, please? Anyways. Yeah, certainly autistic people can have that. But mainly if you have ADHD or if you have another mental illness that impacts your cognition. Fun fact, funnest of facts, bipolar and borderline personality disorder. I've seen like one video of a TED Talk of a very like prestigious psychiatrist talking about that, and she had like statistics and stuff, and she was talking in depth. These cause memory and cognition issues too, because when you are, mostly I think when you are manic, I don't remember really well, I don't know, something happens and you just, I think your brain shakes. I don't fucking remember, but I remember the emotion. Okay, I watched the video and I watched it all without distractions. Okay, I don't remember if I had any distractions, and by distractions I mean watching a video and being on my other phone at the same time or whatever, doing something else. But I watched the video and I cannot explain, but I remember that I saw the explanations, and I remember the emotions that those explanations gave me. Now, you may say that's not a very reliable thing to be relied on. That's how my brain works. I don't know what to do, and I'm very depressed about it. Although sometimes I forget about it. I don't think about it. But other times I'm very depressed about it. Okay. So, even if you aren't mentally ill in any way, or if you're not neurodivergent, and you just have memory problems and cognition problems, either because of an injury or that's just how your brain is, you absolutely do not let me tell you, do not skip on these, okay? You have to meditate, and you can start by doing like 2 minutes, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, or you know, you don't have to start at 2 hours, but you should aim by after either a few years, but you should aim to meditate for at least 2 hours. Yeah. Or even just not as much as you can, because I think after a point, the cognition that is being improved and the memory is not so much, and you have to prioritize other things in your day. You can just meditate half the day or all the fucking day. I understand that, and it's not worth it, because, as I said. And if you don't have severe problems with cognition and memory, that's fine, but you should keep in the back of your mind that you should do a little bit more than the average person on self-improvement. Because the average person on self-improvement might do 20 minutes of meditation. You do 25 or 30 or more, you know? Just keep it in the back of your mind that this is the truth, that you are behind other people because of your, I don't want to say disability, you know, but because of your quirk, you know, your thing, you know, the words that you speak, you know, when you speak a word and you say the word and you know what the word is. Yeah. Do you want to be like me? Do you want to be like me how I'm on my videos? No, you don't want to be like me. And you have to, especially if you are interested in conquering the social world and becoming the leader and becoming that person that is looked up on social gatherings and is that person, you know, and all that. It's difficult talking to people when you are like this. Yeah, so. But even if you don't want to be the leader of your social gatherings and that person, in general, you should want to improve on that because it improves in general your social interactions. Even if you are a Sigma male or whatever the fuck you are, you should want, even with like that one friend you have or those two friends you have or that kind of friend you have. I don't know what you have or what you want to have. I mean, do you really want to aim to have a 1.5 friend? But anyways, whatever you want. Not exactly whatever you want, because some things are kind of wrong, but you should aim to want to have your relationships better and function them better and communicate better. Do you know how fucking satisfying it is to communicate with someone efficiently and effectively? Oh my god. Is it just me? Like, the level of self-esteem I get from that. Yeah, it's a portion of that is probably me. But in general, it's gonna make you feel good about yourself. And not only that, but you just, you know, do I have to explain this? And not only that, as far as I'm aware, maybe again I'm forgetting and I'm not remembering, but from what I know, doing cardio improves your memory and your cognition. You can do other forms of workouts and some exercises that work kind of the full body. What increases blood flow to the brain? Even walking is good, you know. But you should exercise more, like if you have those problems. Even just a little bit more, depending on how big the problem is and how much you want to fix it. Although I would advise you would want to fix it. Yeah, and for a while, definitely for a while, I was really digging deep into, can this really be fixed? Like, are people just lying to us? Can it be fixed until a certain age? And like, I would search it, okay, and I would say that, oh yes, it can be fixed. But I was like, no, they're lying to me. They're probably not lying to you if you see the answer right in front of your face. But for some reason I was uncertain because it's a very big insecurity of mine, especially the last 2 years. So I didn't believe that it was so easy. It's like a punch in the face, like, oh, you're here sitting and being miserable and thinking that, oh, I can't change. This is just the way I am. This is just my brain. And then you learn that, oh, yeah, you actually can change. It's difficult and, you know, whatnot. But you can change. And that was, yeah. Let me tell you an example. I was on vacation with my family, with my stepdad and my mom last summer. And, well, in general, my stepdad has a lot of issues, is overweight, very overweight. Has cognition problems because he's getting older and whatnot. He has problems. But especially this year, last year, I mean, those problems were very prominent. And, okay, we wanted to do something. We wanted to, let's say, this happened. We wanted to pick a place to sit at the beach, to be at the beach. And because of his cognition problems, we couldn't do that very effectively. Like, it was so frustrating. He couldn't decide. He was like being stuck on details. So this is not exactly a cognition problem, that being stuck on details, but it kind of is, because it is also kind of an emotional problem, but because you're not able to have a flexible focus, you stick on things, and you cannot control your focus. And especially if you have ADHD. My stepdad doesn't have ADHD, I'm pretty sure. It's really